The history of the Nürburgring. Discover the Nürburgring, from its inception in 1927, through historic moments in Formula One, to facing challenges of safety and sustainability. Learn how this iconic German circuit is constantly reinventing itself, remaining a symbol of motorsport and a center of innovation. Dive into the legacy and future of the Green Hell, the ultimate stage for the passion for speed. Chapter 1. The origins of the Nürburgring. The history of the Nürburgring dates back to the 1920s, when Germany was looking to rebuild itself after the devastation of World War I. The German economy, shaky and seeking revitalization, found in motorsport an outlet and a source of national pride. The idea of a circuit that would serve not only as a testing ground for the burgeoning automotive industry, but also as an attraction to boost tourism in the Eifel region began to take shape. Thus, the Nürburgring project was born, conceived not just as a racetrack but as a symbol of German resilience and innovative capacity. The design of the Nürburgring was intended to be revolutionary. It wasn't merely about creating a fast track. The aim was to replicate the most demanding and varied driving conditions possible. This included steep ascents and descents, tight corners, and high-speed stretches, all distributed along a winding route through the Eifel Mountains. It was, in many ways, a masterpiece of engineering and design, a track that would challenge both the driver's skills and the car's reliability and performance. The challenges associated with the construction of the Nürburgring were immense. The terrain's topography demanded ingenious solutions, and the project required significant investment not only in financial terms but also in human resources. Thousands of workers were employed in its construction, which was a vital boost to the local economy. The construction of the Nürburgring became an emblematic project, reflecting the desire for improvement and technological advancement in post-war Germany. At the time of its inauguration, the Nürburgring was much more than a racing circuit. It was a monument to perseverance, a facility that sought to test the limits of automotive engineering, and a testing ground for innovation. Its creation not only marked the beginning of a new era in motorsport but also stood as a beacon of hope for a country in reconstruction, symbolizing Germany's capacity to overcome challenges and look towards the future with determination. Chapter 2. Design and Construction. The process of designing and constructing the Nürburgring was a testament to the boldness and future vision that characterized Germany in the 1920s. Led by architect Gustav Eicheler, the project sought to create a circuit that was a rigorous test for both the vehicle and the driver, reflecting the varied driving conditions found on open roads. This design philosophy resulted in the creation of a track that included more than 1,000 meters of elevation change, sharp curves, and long straights, extending over more than 20 kilometers through the picturesque landscape of the Eifel Mountains. The construction of the Nürburgring was an engineering feat, starting in 1925 and completed in a record period of 2 years. During that time, millions of cubic meters of earth were moved and extensive sections of road were paved, all without the benefit of modern machinery. This effort required not only technical precision but also a considerable workforce. Thousands of workers from the region were employed, providing a significant economic boost to an area still recovering from the ravages of war. The Nürburgring was designed with a dual purpose, to serve as a racing circuit and as a test track for vehicles. This dual function was reflected in its complex design, which included 2 independent tracks that could be operated simultaneously, the Nordschleife, North Loop, and the Südschleife, South Loop, in addition to a shorter racetrack that could be used for smaller events. This flexibility in design ensured that the Nürburgring would not only attract motorsport competitions, but also be invaluable to automobile manufacturers for the development and testing of new vehicles. The inauguration of the Nürburgring in 1927 was an event of great significance, marking the culmination of a monumental effort. The track was celebrated for its innovative design and its ability to simulate a wide range of driving conditions. More than a mere sports facility, the Nürburgring became a symbol of German resilience and its commitment to excellence in engineering and design. This achievement defined the future of motorsport and established a standard of excellence and challenge that persists to this day. Chapter 3. the Nürburgring in the pre-war era. Following its inauguration in 1927, the Nürburgring quickly established itself as one of the world's most challenging and exciting circuits. The pre-war era was a period of rapid development for both the automotive industry and motorsport, and the Nürburgring played a central role in both fields. During these years, the circuit not only hosted some of Europe's most prestigious competitions, but also became an essential testing ground for automotive innovation. Competitions at the Nürburgring during the pre-war era were events of great spectacle, attracting drivers and teams from all over Europe. The complexity of the circuit, with its combination of tight turns, long straights, and varied elevations, offered a unique challenge that tested the skills of the drivers and the quality of the vehicles. It was common to see crowds gather on the hills and meadows surrounding the circuit, eager to witness the prowess of legends such as Rudolf Caracciola, Tazio Nuvolari, and Bernd Rosemeyer, who mastered the difficult conditions of the Nordschleife. Beyond the races, the Nürburgring became a symbol of national pride. At a time when Germany sought to reaffirm its presence on the international stage, the circuit was a demonstration of German engineering, courage, and perseverance. Automakers, especially those based in Germany, used the Nürburgring to test the limits of their latest models, benefiting from the demanding conditions of the circuit to improve the design, power, and reliability of their vehicles. However, the Nürburgring was more than a venue for competition and technological development. It was a stage where dramatic stories of rivalry, bravery, and tragedy unfolded. Drivers were considered modern heroes, constantly challenging the limits of speed and safety. Each race at the Nürburgring was a narrative in itself, with memorable victories and tragic defeats etched into the history of motorsport. As Europe moved toward another Great War, the Nürburgring remained an undisturbed witness to human passion and competitive spirit. Competitions continued until the outbreak of World War II, when the circuit would close its doors, temporarily pausing its role in motorsport history. The pre-war era left a lasting legacy at the Nürburgring, solidifying its status as a battleground where human ingenuity, technical skill, and bravery were measured. Chapter 4: Impact of World War II. World War II marked a dark period for Europe, and the Nürburgring was not exempt from its devastating effects. With the outbreak of the conflict in 1939, activities at the circuit came to an abrupt halt, and the landscape that once resonated with the roar of engines and the cheers of crowds fell into a somber silence. During the war years, the Nürburgring was relegated to a secondary role, far from the glory of motorsport competitions, and transformed into a space for military purposes, including its use as a storage area and, occasionally, as a track for testing military vehicles. The Nürburgring's infrastructure suffered significant damage during the war. Allied bombings, aimed at dismantling the German war machine, did not spare the circuit, which saw parts of its layout and facilities destroyed or severely damaged. At the end of the war, the outlook was bleak. The once vibrant center of motorsport and technology lay in ruins, symbolizing the deep scars the conflict had left on the European continent. However, the spirit of resilience that had characterized the construction of the Nürburgring in the 1920s manifested itself once again in the post-war period. The reconstruction of Germany included the revival of the Nürburgring, seen not only as a physical reconstruction project but also as a symbol of recovery and national rebirth. Reconstruction efforts began despite economic limitations and scarce resources, driven by the determination to restore the circuit to its former glory and resume its role in the world of motorsport. The task of rebuilding the Nürburgring was monumental. It required repairing the physical damage and revitalizing the spirit of competition and innovation that had defined the circuit. As the works progressed, the Nürburgring slowly began to reclaim its place in the world of motorsport. The reopening of the circuit in the years following the war marked the beginning of a new era, not only for the Nürburgring but for all of Germany, which sought to rebuild its identity and status on the international stage. The post-war period represented a time of rebirth for the Nürburgring, in which the circuit not only had to overcome the physical aftermath of the war but also reinvent itself to adapt to new times. This process of reconstruction and adaptation underscored the importance of the Nürburgring not only as a venue for competition but also as an emblem of human tenacity in the face of adversity, setting the stage for new challenges and triumphs yet to come. Chapter 5: The Golden Age of Formula One. With the reconstruction of the Nürburgring after the ravages of World War II, the circuit embarked on what many would consider its most glorious era, especially in the context of Formula One. From the late 1950s to the mid-1970s, the Nürburgring Nordschleife became a staple of the Formula One calendar, earning a reputation as one of the most challenging and dangerous circuits in the world. This era, often referred to as the Golden Age of Formula One, saw the circuit forge its legend, hosting competitions that would remain etched in the memories of fans and drivers alike. The Nordschleife, with its more than 20 kilometers of length, became the backdrop for some of the most iconic races in Formula One history. Drivers of the caliber of Juan Manuel Fangio, Jackie Stewart, and Niki Lauda, among others, faced the circuit's tight corners, long straights, and elevation changes, demonstrating their skill and bravery on a track that forgave little and demanded much. The 1967 race, for example, is remembered for Fangio's spectacular victory, which, after a memorable comeback, established a new lap record that would stand for years. During this period, the Nürburgring not only challenged the prowess of the drivers, but also pushed teams to innovate in technology and strategy. The demanding nature of the circuit required vehicles that were not only fast, but also capable of withstanding the harsh conditions of the race. This need for adaptation led to significant advancements in terms of safety, aerodynamics, and engine efficiency, marking a period of rapid technical development in the sport. However, the golden age of the Nürburgring was also marked by tragedy and the growing debate over safety in motorsport. The circuit, due to its inherent danger, was the scene of numerous accidents, some of which were fatal. These incidents led to an increasing concern for the safety of the drivers, culminating in the decision to remove the German Grand Prix from the Nordschleife after the serious accident suffered by Niki Lauda in 1976. This event was not only a turning point for the Nürburgring but for the entire world of motorsport, prompting fundamental changes in safety regulations and circuit design. The golden age of the Nürburgring in Formula One was therefore a period of contrasts, where triumph and tragedy intertwined. The legends forged on the asphalt of the Nordschleife and the technological advancements driven by its challenges helped define the essence of motorsport. Although Formula One eventually bid farewell to the Nordschleife, the legacy of that era continues to influence the sport, reminding us of both the boldness and the risks inherent in the pursuit of the limit. Chapter 6: Safety and Tragedy. The history of the Nürburgring is intrinsically linked to the evolution of safety in motorsport. Throughout its existence, the circuit has been both a stage for thrilling triumphs and tragic accidents, serving as a catalyst for significant changes in the regulations and safety measures of motor racing. The golden age of Formula One, while elevating the Nürburgring to legendary status, also exposed the inherent dangers of competing on such a demanding and complex circuit. One of the most shocking moments in the history of the Nürburgring occurred in 1976, during the German Grand Prix, when Niki Lauda suffered a severe accident on the Nordschleife. His Ferrari crashed and caught fire, leaving him with injuries that nearly cost him his life. This incident marked a before and after in the perception of safety in Formula One, leading to a profound reassessment of the conditions under which competitions were held. Lauda, with his incredible return to competition just 6 weeks after the accident, became a symbol of bravery and determination. However, his accident underscored the need for a shift towards greater protection for drivers. Following this and other incidents, the Nürburgring was subjected to intense scrutiny regarding its safety. The circuit, with its long stretches without adequate runoff areas, blind corners, and elevation fluctuations, presented unique risks that required innovative solutions. Pressure from both drivers and motorsport authorities led to the eventual exclusion of the Nordschleife from the Formula One calendar, marking the end of an era but also the beginning of a new phase of awareness about safety. The transition to a more rigorous focus on safety manifested in numerous improvements to the circuit and vehicles. Safety barriers, expanded runoff zones, and advancements in helmets and racing suits are just some of the measures that were implemented in response to the challenges posed by the Nürburgring. These changes reflected a paradigm shift in motorsport, where safety became as important a priority as speed and performance. The legacy of the Nürburgring in terms of safety is ambivalent. On the one hand, the circuit has been the scene of some of the darkest moments in motorsport history. On the other, it has driven innovations and reforms that have saved countless lives. The history of safety and tragedy at the Nürburgring is a constant reminder of the risks inherent in motorsport and the importance of tirelessly pursuing a safer sport for drivers, teams, and fans. Chapter 7: Renovation and Division. In response to growing safety concerns and tragic events that underscored the need for profound changes, the Nürburgring entered a phase of renovation and division in the 1970s and 1980s. This stage marked a turning point in the history of the circuit, characterized by the effort to adapt the legendary layout to modern safety standards without losing its unique and challenging essence. The decision to exclude the Nordschleife from the Formula One calendar led to the construction of the GP Streck, a new circuit designed specifically to meet the strict safety criteria required by the International Automobile Federation, FIA. Inaugurated in 1984, the GP Streck was a shorter and more technical circuit, with wide runoff zones, better facilities for teams and spectators, and a design that allowed for more effective surveillance during races. Although some purists viewed this modernization with skepticism, concerned about the loss of the wild character of the Nordschleife, the GP Streck allowed the Nürburgring to continue hosting international events, including Formula One competitions. Simultaneously, the Nordschleife was not abandoned. Although it was no longer part of the Formula One calendar, the original circuit continued to be used for touring car events, endurance competitions, and, crucially, as a testing ground for the automotive industry. The duality of the Nürburgring, with its combination of the modern GP Streck and the historic Nordschleife, allowed it to maintain its relevance in the world of motorsport, offering distinct but complementary challenges. The renovation of the Nürburgring reflected a balance between tradition and modernity. On the one hand, the circuit continued to pay homage to its rich history, keeping the spirit of the Nordschleife alive. On the other hand, the incorporation of the GP Streck demonstrated a commitment to the evolution of motorsport, ensuring that the circuit remained at the forefront of safety and technology. This period of change was not without difficulties, especially regarding the management and financing of the extensive renovations. However, the transformation of the Nürburgring into a complex that encompasses both the GP Streck and the Nordschleife was a testament to the adaptability and forward thinking that have characterized the circuit throughout its history. The ability of the Nürburgring to reinvent itself, responding to safety demands without renouncing its challenging essence, further solidified its status as an icon of global motorsport. Chapter 8: The Nürburgring in Popular Culture. The Nürburgring has transcended the realm of motorsport to become a cultural phenomenon, solidifying its status as one of the most iconic and recognized circuits worldwide. This influence extends beyond motorsport competitions, infiltrating video games, movies, and a wide range of fan events, celebrating not only the rich history of the circuit but also its unique and challenging character. In the world of video games, the Nürburgring has been a constant presence, appearing in racing simulation series like Gran Turismo and Forza Motorsport. These games offer players around the world the opportunity to experience the thrill of racing on the Nordschleife and the GP Streck, reproducing with great detail every curve, elevation, and straight of the circuit. This digital representation has introduced the Nürburgring to generations of fans who may never have had the chance to visit the circuit in person, fostering a deep respect and admiration for its design and history. In addition to its presence in the digital world, the Nürburgring has been the stage for numerous events that attract thousands of motorsport enthusiasts every year. From open track days, where fans can drive their vehicles on the legendary asphalt, to the famous Nürburgring 24 Hours, an endurance race that tests the skill of drivers and the durability of vehicles under extreme conditions, these events not only showcase the ongoing appeal of the circuit but also serve as a meeting point for a global community of motorsport enthusiasts. The impact of the Nürburgring on popular culture is also reflected in the concept of speed tourism, where enthusiasts from around the world travel to the circuit to experience the thrill of speed in a controlled and safe environment. This phenomenon has contributed significantly to the myth of the Nürburgring, fueling stories of courage, determination, and, occasionally, tragedy, which have become part of automotive folklore. The presence of the Nürburgring in popular culture is a testament to its importance not only as a venue for competition but as a cultural icon that encapsulates the passion for speed, design, and engineering. Through video games, cinema, and special events, the circuit continues to inspire and fascinate motorsport fans and those who value the spirit of achievement and technical excellence. This cultural legacy ensures that the Nürburgring remains in the collective imagination, celebrated not only for its past achievements, but also for its ability to continue captivating and exciting future generations. Chapter 9: Challenges and Changes in the 21st Century. As the Nürburgring navigated into the 21st century, it faced a series of financial, management, and strategic challenges that threatened its continuity and relevance in the world of motorsport. These challenges were the result of a combination of factors, including increasing competition from other circuits, changes in public preferences, and global economic fluctuations. However, the Nürburgring once again demonstrated its capacity to adapt and evolve in the face of adversity, securing its place in the future of motorsport. One of the main challenges faced by the Nürburgring was the management of its complex financial structure. Over the years, investments in infrastructure improvements and expansion, such as the addition of the theme park and entertainment complex, posed a significant financial burden. These development ambitions, although intended to increase the attractiveness of the circuit, led to questions about the long-term financial sustainability of the Nürburgring, especially when affected by lower-than-expected attendances and revenues. Additionally, the Nürburgring faced the challenge of maintaining its relevance in a rapidly evolving automotive landscape. Safety, sustainability, and technological innovation became central themes in motorsport and the automotive industry in general. In response, the Nürburgring continued to invest in safety improvements and adapt its facilities to accommodate new forms of automotive competition, including races for electric vehicles and events that promote sustainability. Another key aspect of the 21st century has been the evolution of the Nürburgring as a destination for corporate events, vehicle testing, and driving experiences for enthusiasts. These activities have allowed the circuit to diversify its revenue streams and reinforce its position as a multifaceted center of motorsport. The Nürburgring's ability to attract automakers, racing teams, and enthusiasts from around the world underscores its status as a place of historical and contemporary significance in the sport. Despite the challenges, the Nürburgring has managed to adapt to the changes of the 21st century, maintaining its place as an icon of motorsport. Efforts to modernize the circuit, enhance safety, and expand its scope beyond traditional races have ensured that it remains relevant to new generations of fans and participants in motorsport. The story of the Nürburgring in the 21st century is a testament to its capacity to face challenges with innovation and adaptability, securing its legacy for the future. Chapter 10: Innovation and the Future of the Nürburgring. Looking towards the future, the Nürburgring stands at a crossroads of innovation and adaptation, preparing to face the new challenges of motorsport and the demands of a constantly evolving global audience. The incorporation of advanced technologies, the promotion of sustainability, and the expansion of its reach to new forms of competition are fundamental pillars on which the circuit intends to cement its legacy in the coming decades. One of the key areas of innovation at the Nürburgring is the integration of sustainable technologies and electric vehicles into its events and operations. The automotive industry is undergoing a transformation towards electrification, and the Nürburgring is adapting its facilities and event calendar to accommodate this trend. The creation of specific events for electric vehicles and the installation of charging infrastructure are steps towards a commitment to sustainability and innovation. Furthermore, the Nürburgring continues to be a privileged venue for vehicle testing and development. Automakers from around the world take advantage of the demanding layout of the Nordschleife to test the limits of their latest models and technologies. This test lab function not only underlines the technical importance of the circuit but also ensures its ongoing relevance in the automotive industry. The commitment to safety remains a priority for the Nürburgring. Through the implementation of advanced monitoring technologies and incident management, the circuit seeks not only to protect drivers and spectators, but also to serve as a model for other sports facilities in terms of safety and emergency response. Culturally, the Nürburgring strives to maintain its connection with the motorsport community worldwide. Digitalization and the use of online platforms offer new opportunities for the circuit to communicate and engage with its audience, from live broadcasts of events to virtual reality experiences that allow users to experience the thrill of the Nürburgring from anywhere in the world. Looking ahead, the Nürburgring faces the challenge of balancing its rich history and tradition with the need to innovate and adapt to the changes of the 21st century. The future of the circuit will be built on the foundation of its legacy, but it will also require a bold vision and a continuous commitment to excellence, sustainability, and inclusion. With these guidelines, the Nürburgring is prepared to remain a symbol of motorsport, a center of innovation, and a cherished destination for motorsport fans and professionals alike.